¿Cómo están? ¿Cómo están? Esto lo va a cerrar. Quiero ver. Ey, ¿en qué momento nos hicimos dos suscriptores en YouTube? Qué calor está haciendo en mi cuarto, gente. No tengo idea, está haciendo un calorazo. Espero que estoy viendo. Tararán, tan, tan, tan. Nuestro pulsera para que no da tanta molestia. Esto. Gente, esta semana que voy a hacer, voy a intentar hacer streams todos los días porque necesito chambear. Más ahora que el UPS valió M's. First, segundo, ¿cómo estás? Retorno estelar. No me acuerdo cómo queda el retorno estelar. Ah, está skirk. Está la skirk y la coffee. Que sé que es coffee, creo que buena soporte, creo que es. No me acuerdo de quién, pero sé que es buena soporte. Yo no pensé que fuera a aprender. No, sí iba. Sí salí, pero me quedé dormido un buen rato. Porque tengo Ash. Porque tengo Ash en mí. Ay, sí es cierto, se llama ahorita la cima. Por lo que no se acuerdan, estamos haciendo la historia de skirk. Y después de eso vamos a hacer la de varka. Sí, qué bien que tengo eso, pero no sé cómo se activa. No. Los deseos. Me acuerdo como que... estos son los mini eventos que hay. Con estas. Uy. Solo me faltan todo esto. Que nada más tarde. La presentación de varka. Sí, la animación de varka. Sí, se me va a volver a repetir. Ay, cómo suena. ¿Cómo que acaba de llegar y ya me bajaste a las 2? Espérame, ¿qué? Ah, para tener que mirar. Sí, la verdad que sí, gente. Aquí no podía hacer stream. He estado estos 2 días saliendo del trabajo el viernes y sábado. El viernes a las 3 de la mañana y el sábado hasta las 12. 2:30 por ahí. Y ¿cómo se llama? Y para más molestar, ¿cómo se llama? Hoy me tuve que levantar bien temprano porque nos invitaron a comer para un cumpleaños. En otra vez. Lamentablemente aún no es rentable quedarme solo de streamer. Tuviera que ganar bastante para decir, ya no voy a trabajar. Ya no voy a trabajar más. Pero no se gana lo suficiente. Y creo que me va a tocar cuando sea los streams de noche, que se los voy a hacer como a medianoche se los va a tener que hacer. Porque si no, no veo razón para... Aunque sea la 1 o 2 de la mañana, pero eso creo que solo lo voy a hacer en Twitch. O sea, la semana que vaya en la noche creo que solo en Twitch se lo voy a hacer. Hola, se duerme, correcto. Nos saluda y vuelve a desaparecer. ¿Qué?
The fog is gone.
Oh.
Wait, isn't that the form the all-devouring narwhal changed into? How come he knows that too?
Ese es el maestro
Really?
Skirk.
So, you're telling Paimon that giant whale and this guy can both turn into the fowl? How does that work?
It's a subconscious instinct. Any intelligent being who longs for his level of strength is bound to mimic his appearance. It's a natural response after encountering someone as powerful as Master. To them, he represents ultimate power. We know the person before us has encountered Master, and we know he stole a portion of my power. So it's not surprising that he would assume this form.
Huh.
Okay. Oh,
Ah,
the
pero no es
closer
de verdad.
Paimon looks, the more intimidating it gets. Never let in here this time, so it's up to us. He won't have the nerve to steal again after we're done with him. Let's teach this guy a lesson.
Paimon, vos no haces, tú no haces nada. 12 años.
Mine to wield.
No sé la forma de jugabilidad de la Skirk.
Haven't forgotten your training, I hope. Sword! Yeah! Yeah! Yeah!
Go! Wipe out!
Extinguish!
Me gusta bastante el diseño de Skirk, más cuando está peleando. Me recuerda mucho cómo se va a estar peleando con el...
Mine to wield.
Me gusta la pelea como es. Ella se como medio.
This world.
Go! Water jet!
Annihilate. Mine to wield.
Casi me muero, pero ahí está. ¿Qué manera de usar la ulti? Sí. Modo cine. Ya me metí en el audio de la Traveler.
Haven't had enough of my power. Well then, let's see how much more of this power you can handle.
Lo sobrecargó. Tan buena que hacen ver la espada y no la verdad que no. Y entonces qué era, solo... Oh, carga. Huh.
Well, have you come to your senses?
You saw that my body was at its limit. So, you deliberately channeled your power into me, knowing that it would destroy my shell from within. Such power. Such keen battle instincts. So, you must be...
Skirk, Sertologi's disciple.
How long has it been? How long has he been away from Tevat?
Hundreds of years.
Hundreds? Sorry. It's a lot to take in. I should introduce myself. I am Skofngar, a friend of your master and one of his followers. This is the first time I've heard your name, Skirk. But hundreds of years ago, I knew you existed. And I knew you would come here.
Hundreds of years ago?
Sounds like you and Master have quite the history. Care to tell us about it?
Of course. Might as well take advantage of a clear head while I can. The story starts a long, long time ago.
Yo sí quiero ver. Yo tengo skirk segundo. Tiene dos maneras de usar la ulti, ajá. Yo sin querer le equipé esa espada al Traveler y luego me di cuenta que la usa en la cinemática. Sí la usa en la cinemática, pero realmente puedes ponerle otra y no hay problema. Hola, Persian. Muy avanzado, chicos.
I was born into a noble family in Conria. As the eldest son, I was set to inherit our title. But I contracted an incurable illness as a child, and everyone gave up on me. I trained the sword harder than anyone else, defeated all of my peers. But it was all in vain. When other people looked at me, all I saw in their eyes was pity or a strange glee in my misfortune. Even my parents were just waiting for me to die. Over time, my heart hardened,
Se me jodió la UPS
and I
también.
became aimless. That was the point where I met your master, Sir Telogi. We were similar in age, but different in background. He was born in prison, the son of criminals who had been sentenced to death. He spent his childhood wandering the streets, facing more criticism than the literary works in the Universitas Magistrorum.
¿El qué?
Yet,
Me perdí de lo que dijo.
he always wore a smile on his face, as if kindness and malice were one and the same, and he could not see the difference. I still remember what he said to me when we first met. You need to fight to survive. Even if it's a losing battle, it should light a fire under you. How can you sit back like this and go down without a fight?
That does sound like something he would say.
He was the first to acknowledge that I was worth something, and he inspired me to keep going. When we sparred together, it was the first time I'd actually felt the thrill of combat. When I was 10, he stole forbidden research materials and managed to cure my illness. It was like there was nothing in this world he couldn't accomplish. When it came to the human form, he was always intent on pushing the boundaries of possibility. But
Era
somewhere
masoquista.
along the way, I fell behind. My talents were nothing compared to his, and at some point, I realized he had pulled so far ahead, I was too embarrassed to even ask him to spar. After his grand endeavor was successful, he sought me out and said to me,
This planet no longer holds anything of interest to me, so I'm leaving. But first, I have an offer. I can use power I have just refined to break the curse of immortality for you. Your death was once what we worked so hard to prevent. But the immortality you now face is a different kind of pain altogether.
I'll pass. Immortality doesn't sound so bad to me. Since I can't die, it means I have an infinite amount of time to get stronger. Maybe I'll finally catch up to you one day, and we can spar like we used to.
Are you sure? I cannot say when I will return. Your body, or rather, your soul, might not be able to withstand this curse.
All I can do is try. After all, a wise man once told me, people need to fight for their own survival.
Wise indeed. Nevertheless, if you grow weary of the pain of immortality, and wish to experience a good sparring match before you wither away, seek out my disciple.
Disciple? Never thought I'd hear that word coming from you.
Nor I, but Vedifenir said I was destined to find a disciple out there in the universe, and bring her to Tibet. You know as well as I, Vedifenir's prophecies are never wrong.
Well, now I'm curious about who this disciple of yours will be.
All Vedifenir said was that one day, the star shall bow in her honor.
Huh.
Sounds pretty impressive.
Of course. Only the most outstanding people would have the right to become my disciple.
Still self-assured as ever, I see. But you're not wrong.
I'll be leaving then. Oh, and if you were serious about getting stronger, I left you a little gift in the primordial sea. As I've said before, walk whatever path you want. Freedom means even the wicked get to make their own choices.
Waiting for
la
me in the
ballena.
primordial sea was the all-devouring narwhal, already beaten into submission by Sotologi. In its weakened state, I was able to cut off part of its flesh and sew it into my own heart.
Huh.
Your heart? That sounds like torture. How did you even survive that?
La inmortalidad.
Because, of course, I bear the curse of immortality.
So, you used the curse to turn yourself into a vessel for power. Even with that whale's ability, devouring power like that is not something the human body can withstand. With your body and soul constantly at the breaking point, it was the curse of immortality that sustained you. But that is not the path to strength. You have to pour your heart into it, work for it, dream of it. Instead, you stole something that didn't belong to you, and it backfired.
You're right. I should have known better, but I had already pushed myself to my limits, and he was still miles ahead of me. So I had to take a leap of faith. I miss your master. I miss the days when we were all together, troublemakers without a home. I don't regret the choice I made. But if you'll allow it, I do want to apologize. To both of you.
After the
Interesante.
beating we just gave you, I think we can
Va a
call
estar
it even.
buena. Va a estar buena.
You're an interesting one as well. Sertologi's disciple. That's a lot to live up to. It can't have been an easy experience. I know what he's like. He rules
Y con tacones,
with an
papá.
iron fist, using despair and fear to force you to catch up to him, all the while standing ever out of reach. We're like mountain climbers in the dark,
What the
never
fuck?
knowing how much higher we have to climb, or when we will see the sun again.
True. But I made up my mind long ago. No matter how dark it gets, I will not give in to despair. I will overcome it. Besides, after hearing your story, I suspect what Master really wants is not a battle that demands his full strength, but rather a defeat without regrets.
Oh?
Since you're his friend, you must have some things in common. First time we came here, when you stabbed me through the fog and stole my power, I felt no emotion coming from that spike. But when you had to devote all your strength fighting me just now, I could feel joy and passion emanating from your blade. It was the joy of a researcher discovering the truth of the world. The joy of an artist uncovering a temple of wonders.
Interesting. I'm certain I didn't express those emotions outright. Yet you were able to read them from my blade, like a glimpse into my inner world. You're right. That battle brought me an unbridled sense of joy, and my defeat brings me no regret whatsoever.
Exactly. I think Master also craves a battle like that. One where his opponent forces him to use all his strength, unlock the extent of his potential, and transcend his own limits. A battle to end all battles. After which, all can come to an end, including, perhaps, his life. For that very reason, good and evil are meaningless to him. He has one purpose, one goal: to complete himself. It's one of the secrets to his strength.
Perhaps you're right. Perhaps that is his call. What a battle that would be. Oh, to witness such a...
Uy. Se va a morir.
Are you okay?
Too many different kinds of power are surging through my body. The curse of immortality allows it all to coexist, but it does not remove the pain. I won't be able to hold on to my sanity for much longer. What a shame. I would have loved to witness that battle.
La verdad que sí.
Sotologi once offered to free me from this curse. Now, I must ask that of you, Skirk. Can you release me from the pain?
I can, but not through death, if that's what you were hoping for. It's not a suitable punishment for your crime. As an alternative, I can take your consciousness, along with all the power you've consumed, and smash it to pieces. The impurities will dissipate, and under the curse of immortality, your mind and body will regenerate. When that process is complete, you will be back to who you were before, no longer tortured by powers you can't control. But it will be a time-consuming and painful process. The decision is yours to make.
I accept. And who knows? Perhaps I'll wake up in time to witness your great battle with Sotologi. I have faith that you'll be able to stand against him one day. Though I know it'll be a long and arduous road. If we are climbers in the dark, it appears the dawn has finally broken for me. But your ascent continues. At least, it looks like you are not alone on your journey.
I will reach the top of this mountain, no matter what it takes. And you, Skofnunger, will be my witness at the end of all things.
That's finally over. Let's get out of here. At least we don't have to make a mad dash for the exit like last time.
Vámonos. Es que está mirando a lo lejos. No hay nada más que hacer aquí. Nos vamos. Vámonos. Denle una acetaminofén para que se le quite.
We did it! Oh, it's only been a few days, but it feels like forever. Once again, we've proved there's nothing we can't overcome.
Casi no,
We're just that awesome.
casi no he tenido que esforzarme.
Wow, you sound even more confident than usual. Guess you really have become stronger. Today sure went by fast. It's night already.
Yay.
Oh wait, that reminds Paimon. The stars you mentioned, the ones that died out, are they back now?
Yes. The power Skofnunger stole has been returned. So, the stars have regained their light.
Great! Huh, it's crazy that you even noticed their light was gone. There are so many stars in the sky. If a few disappeared, Paimon definitely wouldn't be able to tell.
I suppose it's because I have gazed upon this sky for centuries. The false stars, hanging in the meticulously planned sky, glittering with rotten light. It's not real. And yet, it is for that very reason that I can look upon it and enjoy the momentary peace it brings.
Me gustaría saber cómo son las cosas allá arriba.
Even the most beautiful of bubbles has to burst.
Y
We
lo
will
hizo.
return to the real universe one day, whether of our own volition or not. Time marches ever forward. Even the innocent and naive will taste life's bitterness. Yet through hardship, we grow, until we learn to seize the sands of time for ourselves, and uncover our true strength. Though we gaze upon a false sky, its vastness and majesty is palpable. One can only wonder, what is it going to take for kindness to reign supreme in the vast expanse of the universe?
Ugh. This is all going over Paimon's head. But if she knows one thing, it's that the traveler always finds a way.
Ah, ¿y por qué yo?
Ever since we met, she has filled Paimon's days with happiness. No matter how tough things get, she always finds a way to make it better. If it's too big a job for one person, then we'll do it with two. And if two's still not enough, then three.
Qué sabiduría
We've
de
met
Paimon.
so many amazing friends and accomplished so many amazing things. As long as we don't give up, we can make any wish come true.
Ah.
I suppose when it comes to you, anything is possible. Well, I should be going. Now that my power is no longer isolated from my emotions, I need more practice to get used to it.
¿Cuánto nos volvemos a
I
ver?
suppose fate will decide. Maybe we'll bump into each other on the street. Or maybe we'll reunite on a different planet entirely. Regardless, reunions and partings are but passing moments. More than anything, I hope that at the end of this journey, wherever it takes us, we stand in a world reborn.
Yeah.
One without war, pain, or
no
forced
creo.
partings. One where new life can bloom, even where there was once nothing but scorched earth. For this, we must all work to become stronger.
Por supuesto, maestra Skirk.
If that's what you want to call me, I won't object. Goodbye.
Bye, Skirk.
Bye! Is it just Paimon, or is she being nicer than before? We definitely count as friends after all that, don't you think? Hey, what do you think about camping here tonight? There's nothing quite like sleeping under the stars. Come tomorrow, we can continue our journey. Oh, and since Paimon treated you to that super nice meal at Wanmin restaurant, it's about time you returned the favor.
Se nota la diferencia. Bueno, no sé si es que a lo largo que hiciste hacer la misión, se nota la diferencia de la luna con cómo era antes y ahora que se hizo la misión de Colombina. Me gusta Skirk, pero sé que la Escofey es bastante buena con Furina. Sí, vea un poquito más. Mira. A ver qué más tenemos por aquí. ¿Esto dónde es? Ah, es la de Inazuma. Misiones legendarias. Aquí tenemos para hacer estas 4. ¿Quién me está escribiendo? ¿Qué me suena? Perdón. Me están intentando sacar algo, sacar cosas que no tengo. Hagamos la de barca en solo. Es que la es la más larga, pero sí, creo que la... ¿Cuál sería el orden exactamente? Tengo que terminar esta, es cierto. Tengo que hacer la de bicicleta y la de... Continuará, que es lo nuevo. En sí tendría que hacer la de Durin. Tengo que hacer la de Ciclali. Sí, se hace nada en Atlas. Creo que voy a ir llenando todo lo que es de la historia, pero ahorita vamos a hacer la barca, porque al final eso es lo que he puesto que voy a hacer.
No one? Huh? Where'd this letter in our bag come from? Did it just blow in on the breeze?
Lo más probable que sí. ¿Qué es? Ah. Otra foto con ella. Esta es la que dieron por Skirk. A la guitarra de Skirk.
Oh, ow! Where did that come from?
Listo. Querida Skyler. ¿Qué me está diciendo?
Benny's Adventure
¿Cuánto
Team,
tiempo sin ver?
assemble!
¿Qué quieres?
Or not. Good things come to those who don't wait around. That's what they say anyway. Knowing my luck, the opposite is probably true for me. Benny's Adventure Team, assemble! Or not.
Me dejaron sin palabras, gente. Mi hermano acaba de entrar a mi cuarto. Se me va feliz cumpleaños. Si me faltan como... ¿Qué es?
No one's joined me on an adventure in ages. Come on, let's go.
Me faltan 4 meses y ya pedí mi regalo. Es el vinil de la VTuber que me encanta. El primer... Tengo que conseguir un fucking tocadiscos.
Oh, ow! Where did that come from?
Y me quedo lo malo que ahora tengo que... Cuando sea su regalo de cumpleaños a fin de año, tengo que comprar algo que valga lo mismo.
Benny's Adventure Team, assemble! Or not.
Dame un segundo. Dame un servicio. Lo malo es que me lo cobra. Dame un segundo. Dame un segundito.
Oh, ow! Where did that come from? Benny's adventure team, assemble! Oh. Or not. Let's go find some treasure. Benny's adventure team, assemble! Or not.
Ay, pero madre, estar a mi jefe ahorita aprovechando. No mandó de lugar. Perdón, creo que tal vez ya solucioné lo del
Where did that come from?
Lo malo es que me voy a endeudar más. Y sé que sí, buen servicio, Jorge, pero lamentablemente en mi familia como se muestran las cosas así, se muestra como el que decir, yo soy una persona que da regalos que sé que a la gente le va a gustar y va a usar.
Good things come
Pero
to
a
those who
cambio
don't
me
wait
tenés que dar algo
around.
de lo que
That's
yo,
what they say
a
anyway.
valor similar.
Knowing my luck, the opposite is probably true for me.
Pues sí,
Benny's adventure team, assemble! Or not.
yo me pensando, ¿qué iba a hacer? ¿Qué iba a hacer? Algo iba a hacer. No me acuerdo.
No one's joined me on an adventure in ages. Come on, let's go! Oh, ow! Where did that come from?
Eso no es que molestar a mi mejor amiga. Listo. Voy a preguntar si tiene un día libre. ¿Cuánto tiempo sin vernos, amiga? Qué raro
Let's
siento.
go find some
No puedo hacerlo
treasure.
de esto. ¿Cómo dices que nos vimos hace poco? Bueno, para un corazón que siempre extraña a sus amigos, ¿qué pedo, Varka? Cada segundo parece una entrenada. Además de después de una
Where did that
aventura
come from?
tan impresionante como Notcry, ¿cierto? Seguro tienes muchas nuevas historias que contar. ¿Verdad que tal vez están buscando un viejo amigo con el quien hablar? Creo que Varka se siente solo. O quizá necesitas un bardo que transforme
No one's joined me on an adventure
relatos en
in
una
ages.
canción.
Come on, let's go!
Atentamente, cierto bardo. Ah, no, es Venti.
Oh, it's from the tone-deaf bard. Apparently, he wants to hear all about our adventures in Nodcry. Maybe we can get some tasty treats out of him in return. Come on, let's go to Star Snatch Cliff.
Les juro, gente, que no me acuerdo alguna vez haber venido en esta zona. Es que creo que esta es una zona de las que menos se explora. O creo que sí, cuando estaba intentando conseguir las alas de... Ah, entonces sí, son cuando intenté conseguir las alas de... Las alas de... ¿Cómo se llama? Del güey. Ajá, le puse medicina en una herida. ¡Ah! Me duele. Listo. Por lo menos no me van a hacer subir. Ahí viene Venti, hijo de pu... Venti. Maldito alcohólico.
Welcome back, old friend. And how should I be addressing you these days? The honorary knight of Mondstadt? The Tumaini of Natlan? Or the great hero of Nodcry?
Mejor llámame por mi nombre. Qué pesada le llegamos.
Well, you sure have your finger on the pulse. We've barely caught our breath since Nodcry, but it sounds like you've already heard about what went down.
News travels fast on the wind. But before I can turn your tales into tunes, I need to hear them from the horse's mouth. My wine and my lyre are at the ready. So please, traveler, take a seat and tell me your tale.
Entiendo el por qué. Veo por qué dices que no se ve tan interesante.
Amazing! Incredible! The Rapier of Solnari and the Doctor? Truly a tale for the ages!
Entiendo si nunca te pareció interesante, Venti. Pero, de entre todos los arcontes, quitando a Zhongli porque Zhongli es otro desmadre. Es más, no me acuerdo mucho de eso. Es literalmente uno de los arcontes más fuertes que hay. Aunque él diga, no, soy el arconte más débil, que no sé qué. Literal puede volarse una montaña. Bien, tranquilo. Porque él en sí ni siquiera es humano, es como una representación del viento. Que tomó la forma de su mejor amigo cuando el mejor amigo murió. Tiene una conexión con la diosa del tiempo. ¿Cómo se llama? Tiene el único, región que está en paz, se podría decir. Y además es el primero que conoce, así que este es como bien amigo de él. Sigamos.
So, I'm guessing the wild hunt is a thing of the past now that you've defeated the Rapier of Solnari.
Seems that way. We were kind of focused on dealing with the doctor, though.
Maldito doctor. Aunque en algún vestigio de la cacería salvaje, pero no es nada grande.
Well, that's good to hear. Hey, now that the Northern Abyss calamity is finally resolved, Varka must be getting ready for the triumphant return of his expedition, right? I haven't seen him in the longest time.
5 años.
He must have so many stories to share.
Ahora que lo pienso, usted ya se conocían desde antes.
Hooray! My mom was wondering about that, too. He did call you Barbados. But weren't you still fast asleep back when he was in Mondstadt?
Let's call it half asleep. I was resting my eyes in the Thousand Winds Temple one day when I heard a commotion outside. It was a young knight who had journeyed there in search of trials and oracles after hearing some tall tales at the local tavern. In fact, all that awaited him were moss-covered walls and an angry ruin guard. But he seemed completely unfazed, laughing heartily as he sent the ruin guard's missiles flying off into the horizons.
Varka siendo Varka, pocas
They
palabras.
must have been making quite a racket if it was enough to wake up the tone-deaf bard.
Yeah, it sounded kinda like...
Hey, is that all you've got?
Ah,
Whoa, Oh, bring it on.
Like that.
Huh.
Giving up already? You're not half as tough as Varka said.
¿Este
A
quién
young
es?
knight of Favonius trekking out to the Thousand Winds Temple in search of adventure. Now there's a sight I haven't seen in a while.
A bard in green clothes. Does this
¿Este quién
mean...
es?
You're Venti? I was just wondering how I was gonna track you down.
Oh, so you were looking for the tone-deaf bard? Strange place to start your search.
Ahora sea más fácil encontrarlo en la taberna. Obsequio de
Hold on. Blonde hair, white hair. You must be the honorary knight. And Paimon! The Grand Master talks about you all the time.
¿Y este quién porca
Allow
es?
me to introduce myself. I'm Lowen, Vice Captain of the 5th Company of the Knights of Favonius and a member of the Expeditionary Force.
Huh.
Pleased to make your acquaintance.
¿Y quién es el
Oh,
capitán?
so you're part of the expedition, huh? Right. So that's why Paimon's never seen you around in Mondstadt. Hey, wait a second. We never saw you in Nutcry either.
Literal.
That's probably because when the Wild Hunt was still running rampant, I spent most of my time out on my own, making mincemeat out of monsters. I barely went back to base at all. Then, once the Wild Hunt calmed down, I got sent back to Mondstadt. Mixed blessing, if you ask me. Sounds like I missed out on some serious action.
No wonder we never saw you while we were dealing with the doctor. So, why did Varka send you back?
Porque mucho jode. No me digas que fue otra vez
Deliver
para...
some letters.
Ah. Tenía que ser. Entregar cartas.
There's one for the Knights of Favonius, one for the church, another for the Dawn Winery, at least 10 of them in total.
Jeez, how many people has he sent to deliver his mail now? Mika, Inefa, Lowen. He should just hire a full-time mailman already. In
¿Cómo
fact,
que mandó Inefa?
he's earned himself a new
Ah,
nickname.
sí, en Atlan.
Let's go with Sir Writes a Lot.
Sí, ¿no se parece mucho a Bardo de Pacotilla?
I'll have you know that poetry and letters were humanity's earliest means of expressing their thoughts. So, tone deaf or not, I wear the title of Bard with pride. And I consider Sir Writes a Lot to be quite a compliment.
Wait, really? Darn it! Maybe Paimon should come up with some harder-hitting nicknames for these two.
Anyway, since this young man has come all the way to the Thousand Winds Temple looking for me, I assume he must have a letter for me too. Am I right?
You sure are. To use the Grand Master's own words.
This one is for the bard in green clothes. These days, I think he goes by Venti.
Por no poner
Doesn't
barbitas.
really have an address as such. You could start by asking around in Mondstadt, or maybe try your luck at the Thousand Winds Temple.
I figured that since there was this punching bag here, ruin guard, I could get some practice in while I was at it. So, I came right here the second I got back to Mondstadt.
Me gustan los
That
ojos.
Varka is so slapdash sometimes. It's a good thing we happen to be nearby.
Creo que tiene la gente de monstad con botas tan altas. Y pantalones tan socados.
Oh, he also said to
Apretados.
remind you to write back.
Nothing in particular. Just some idle chatter between two drinking buddies. But if I'm supposed to write back this time... I'll need some time to mull over my response. Varka gave you a whole bunch of letters to deliver, right? Maybe you can head into Mondstadt and deliver the rest of them first?
My thoughts exactly. Assuming I can find the way. Hopefully the roads haven't changed too much since the pre-expedition days.
Well, why don't we have Mondstadt's honorary knight escort this homeward-bound wanderer to the city? I'm sure some of the recipients of Varka's letters will turn out to be old friends of yours, too.
Me parece perfecto.
Let's go! It's been a while since Paimon's done any guide work.
Thank you so much, honorary knight. And you, Miss Guide.
The Abyss. The Wild Hunt. Andreas. Get home safe, Varka.
Why do my ears feel so hot all of a sudden? Is someone talking about me? Surely there's no way anyone found the secret stash of cash in my office.
Ah, no, sí, ya la
That would be
encontré.
terrible.
Ya la encontré.
Grandmaster, bad time to get distracted.
My madre. El gran-
approaching!
Huh? Oh, it's just a few stragglers. They're no real threat to us. This expedition is almost over. We just need to deal with these final few targets, and then we will make our triumphant return!
Uf, madre, gente, me encanta.
Stormwind!
Me encanta que si ven los movimientos de Varka y los movimientos de estos personajes son muy similares.
Stormwind!
Ey, falta el grandote.
Without the ray here of Sonari to direct them, it seems like all that's left is their primal urge to destroy.
If this is all that the Wild Hunt can muster now, surely the Lightkeepers of Nodcry will be able to deal with what's left.
Just like I thought. What we should be wary of now is...
Grandmaster, based on Lightkeeper intel and our own reconnaissance, one of the suspected targets should be just up ahead.
Good. You know the drill. Stay here and stand guard. Leave the rest to me.
Yes, Grandmaster!
We meet again, Andreas.
So, you've returned from Mondstadt. Don't you want to see what it looks like now?
Me gusta cómo se ve el
I was planning to take a look around there myself. Perhaps you could be my guide.
What's this? An echo from 1,000 years ago?
¿Quién fue Arcángel Andreus?
Everything seems normal so far. Here's hoping I'm just overthinking things. There are 2 other places to check. Maybe this will all go smoothly after all.
No creo.
It's your turn, my friend. Come, Andreas!
Oh!
For returning to your old home, perhaps Andreas is a little too ostentatious. Might be better to go by...
Boreas.
Viento del norte, Boreas.
Huh? Injustice.
What?
Corruption. Iniquity.
¿Qué? ¿Viste quién es?
Is the surface world still as wretched and foul as ever?
¿Ah? Me gusta el diseño que ahorita le veo a este lobo.
Answer me, heir to the knighthood of Boreas.
Looks like I'm not getting out of this without a fight.
Me gusta el diseño. Me gusta más el rojo. Creo que estuvieron en la expedición. No, no me van a hacer pegar.
That's where things stand with the expedition. The victors will be returning home soon, so make sure to stock up on wine for the celebrations. P.S. I hope everyone's keeping up with their daily training. I'll be testing you all when I get back to make sure no one's regressed.
Ya Noel.
PPS, I wrote individual letters for each and every one of you. Don't forget to write back.
That's all.
Everyone gets one? Wow! Sir writes a lot is really living up to his name.
I guess the Grand Master must have something specific to say to each of us. Even I got a letter, and I'm not a real knight yet.
Noel, no empieces, Noel.
Jean?
Oh, yes. That's our Grandmaster for you.
By the way, anyone know where I can find the cavalry captain? I have a letter for him as well.
You mean Kaya? He said he was meeting a friend from the church at the Angel Share. Allegedly for work. Said he was exchanging intel. But I'd say there's a 50-50 chance he's just there for a drink.
Información de la iglesia de Famones y de Rosario, los dos alcohólicos que hay. Andrew, después es un espíritu lobo que está en monstad. Enfrentaste a él. ¿Así se llama el lobo que está ahí arriba? No me acuerdo que se llama Andreus.
I'm on bets there'll be lots of familiar faces there. How about we deliver Kaya's letter? And these other two as well!
Really? Oh, that would be a great help, thank you.
Our thanks to you too, Lowen. The other knights will help distribute the remaining letters. You've had a long journey. Please go get some rest.
No sabía que se llamaba así.
Great, but I won't be resting just yet. I have one last letter to deliver to Wolvendom. This one, I was planning on delivering personally. I heard that another challenger recently passed Boreas' trial. Well, with any luck,
Boreas. La conozco como Boreas.
Too.
Que sirve meter los códigos.
Very well.
No me sé cuáles son los
please
códigos.
Remember to show respect to the local wolves.
I will. Goodbye.
Jean parece un poco preocupada. Debería hablar con ella antes de ir a la taberna. El obsequio del ángel. El obsequio del ángel. Ahí están todos aquí. No están todos. ¡Ay, Noel, mi niña! Mi cariño, mi amor.
Grandmaster offered lots of advice in his letter regarding my recent assessments. I didn't think he'd spare a thought for that kind of thing in the middle of an expedition. So, honorary knight, if you have the time, do you think you could help me out with my special training?
Claro, mi niña, mientras no lances una espada otra vez al techo, todo bien.
He wants to test me to see if my skills have regressed? I still haven't forgotten how he went easy on me last time. I'm assuming you must have seen him going all out before. When the time comes, you'd better keep an eye on him for me.
No, mi dinero, van a sacar una gráfica y un teclado de Frieren. No. O son keycaps unidos, pero igual. No, mi dinero.
Ah, the Grand Master. The archives are filled with documents awaiting his review. I'm not letting him run off again until he's finished dealing with every last one. On another note, have you spoken to Jean? I hope she'll finally be able to relax a little once Varka returns.
Holy shit. Qué tanta fucking gente. Hambre mica,
Okay, we'll deliver these letters to the Adventurers Guild and the Cat's Tail. You can just handle the ones for the Angel Share.
The expedition is finally wrapping up. Oh, I hope the maps I made on our way there are good enough to get them safely home.
No creo. Clee está regañada por lo que veo.
The Grand Master wrote in his letter that the Boom Blossom bombs we sent worked really well. He wants to know if we've made any more.
Uncle Varka's coming home? Yeah! I can't wait to go outside and play with him!
Regañaron otra vez a Clee. por lo menos ya no van a estar sin tanto problema. Tan linda que Jean. Todos los fans de Jean fueron bien alimentados hace
You're
poco.
still here?
No tardaré en irme. Parece que algo te preocupa.
Is it that obvious?
Sí.
Huh? But Varka's coming back. The situation in Nakra is stable. Surely things are looking up.
True. From what you and Lowen have told me, the expedition has indeed accomplished its strategic objectives. It seems that Mondstadt no longer faces any threat from the perils of the North, be they the Wild Hunt or the Doctor. And yet, for some reason, I can't help but recall something the Grandmaster said to me before he left.
If I don't make it back from this expedition, you'll have to assume the mantle of Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius. If it comes to that, remember to train the next Knight of Boreas in my stead. I've planted some promising seeds in Mondstadt, but they still need time to grow. Some have yet to master the art of social interaction. Some don't yet understand that they too need protecting.
Noel.
And some, well, some might not even want to be a knight yet.
Creo que es Diluc, si no me equivoco. Que en sí, por los que no sepan, bueno, el caballero de Boreas no terminé de entender, pero creo que si superas la prueba de Boreas quedas como bien para todo el monstad, principalmente. Aquí hace referencia a los que él dice que si me pasa algo, entrenarlos a ellos para que sean como el siguiente capitán de ¿cómo se llama? Maestro, Grand Master. Y uno es, el primero dice que le falta socializar, es Razor, porque fue creado por lobos. Y él ya por sí, él ya pasó la prueba cuando estaba pequeño, pero le falta ser como más sociable con los humanos. La otra de que necesita saber que necesita su propia protección es Noel, porque Noel piensa en el resto, no piensa en ella misma. O sea, si ella si ella puede quedar, si fuera por ella, defender a todo el mundo y le puede valer su salud. Y la última, si no me equivoco, es Diluc, porque se salió de los caballeros de Favonius, a pesar que Varka nunca se puso. Detalle que aprendí en internet.
What's wrong? Well, there's no need to frown. I'm going on an expedition, not marching to my death. This is all just a contingency plan in the event that I'm unable to return. Until I return, I leave them in your care.
The lineage of the Knights of Boreas has nearly been extinguished twice in Mondstadt's history. The first wandering knight to claim the title arrived in Mondstadt 1,000 years ago, along with his wolf companion. He was as free as the wind. He left no succession plan behind. Even his name was lost to history. The title of Boreas could have disappeared from Mondstadt just as he did. But he had an informal disciple, a knight named Ravenwood, who admired the Knight of Boreas greatly. Ravenwood's valor and swordsmanship earned him the Wolf Spirit's recognition.
Creo que
when the old aristocracy tried to regain power, Ravenwood came once more to Mondstadt's defense. From then on, the title of Knight of Boreas was passed down from generation to generation within the Knights of Favonius.
Wolf Spirit? You mean that big blue wolf in Wolfenden?
Correct. As you may already know, the Wolf of the North is the surviving spirit of an ancient god, and the Knight of Boreas serves as an intermediary between him and humanity. Lucas Boreas, who had never known what it meant to love, came to understand it through the journey with his human companion. In the end, he chose to allow his power to become one with the land. This was once a well-known tale in Mondstadt, but these days, few people are aware that the starting point of the Wolf King's journey was not Mondstadt, but Nodcry.
Huh?
¿Acaso?
The great Wolf King of the North came here from Nodcry.
Whoa.
Although he doesn't like to speak of his past. In fact, he rarely shows himself to people at all nowadays. As such, this tale can only be found deep within the Knights of Favonius library. Even among the Knights of Favonius, few are aware of it.
Okay.
The Grand Master didn't disclose any concrete objectives before departing on his expedition. I couldn't help but wonder whether it might somehow be related to Nodcry's Wolf of the North. I kept my speculations to myself, however. Sharing them would only spread unwarranted suspicion toward the Four Winds among the people of Mondstadt. You experienced the turmoil caused by Duval and the East Wind's actions for yourself. Surely you can understand my concern?
No wonder Varka wasn't clear about his motives. Is that what he was worried about?
Ah, sí es cierto, sí. Entonces lo el guardián del norte, de Valin el del este. Si no me equivoco, el que esté de capitán de Favonius, no me acuerdo si era el del oeste o el del sur. No me acuerdo cuál era el otro. Pero sé que cuando terminas Monstad, Venti te ofrece ser uno de los vientos de Monstad.
Very possibly. He was probably also reserving judgment. Having heard about your experiences in Nodcry, I now suspect that the Grand Master hadn't yet ascertained the true identity of our enemy at that time. And as it turns out, the Calamity born in the north wasn't an ancient god, but rather the Wild Hunt and the Doctor. I guess we were both jumping to conclusions.
No, se me olvidó comprar esto. Oye, se va a acabar. ¿Cuándo se acaba esto? A ver, sondente. Pero ¿cuánto es esto? Excelente. $22. No sé. No, ni modo, no lo va a poder comprar. Ahorita no hay money. Se me va a quedar sin nada. Bueno, mejor pecar de precavidos que de temerarios.
Yes, I completely agree. The tide can turn rapidly in times of battle. It's a leader's responsibility to prepare for every possible contingency. Even if his contingency plan never needs to be put into action, I'm sure the Grand Master is relieved to know that it's in place. Thank you for being such a patient listener. I feel much more settled after talking with you. If you have any spare time, would you mind stopping off to say hello to the other knights? I'm sure they have all missed our honorary knight just as much as I have.
Ya hablamos con todos ellos de camino aquí. ¿Habrá alguien? ¿Estará arriba Albedo? ¿Estará Albedo en su zona? Ah, no ha venido. ¿Cuántos años nos tardaremos para que nos abran este pedazo del mundo? Ya por si se tardan un montón solo en abrir el segundo piso, ya me imagino el tercero.
That turned into a pretty long conversation, huh? We should probably go deliver those letters to the angels share now.
Bring it!
pam, 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 pam. Por lo menos todos los caballeros de monstad van a estar descansando ya cuando vengan el resto. Pam, 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 pam. Otros 5 años, capaz.
When you're mixing
ahí
drinks
está.
in hot weather, start by pouring in cold water and add ice cubes. Then drain out the water before adding the other ingredients. How's that for a secret recipe? Maybe it's worth a little intel in return.
Please. I've known that little trick for a good 10 years at least. You'll have to offer something a little more substantial if you're serious about trading.
I know there's no one else in the tavern right now, but do you two really need to talk so loudly? Especially if you're supposed to be exchanging confidential information.
Kaya! Rosaria! D-Luke! Paimon knew we'd find you here.
Looks like it's about to get even noisier.
A little liveliness never killed anyone. Traveler, Paimon, what brings you our way?
Tengo 3 cartas aquí.
Please allow me to once again express my sincere condolences regarding your late father and the incident with Eric. We make absolutely no excuse for his crimes. I hope you will give some serious consideration to the question I asked you before I left, though I'm sure you're tired of hearing me ask by now. The Knights of Favonius will always welcome you.
Lo que le dice David.
From the look on your face, I'm guessing the Grand Master is still refusing to drop it?
He nags like an old man. It's hardly surprising.
Huh? Drop what? What's this about?
Nothing, really. Before leaving on the expedition, Varka came here to chat with me over a drink. I failed to avoid him. He, asked me if I'd consider rejoining the Knights of Favonius, and I declined. He expressed his regret about everything that happened, and asked me to reconsider. That's all there is to it.
Yeah, right. Sounds like you skipped a lot of details. There's clearly more to it.
Whatever details I chose to omit are in the past. Dragging them back up now serves no purpose.
You say that now, but back then, you couldn't let it go. You and the Knights of Favonius were constantly at odds.
I wasn't seeing the full picture. I've had a lot of time to reflect since then. But my answer remains unchanged. I'm not rejoining the Knights of Favonius. Both the Grandmaster and the acting Grandmaster are too upright and honorable. I can't see the shadows that lurk beneath them due to the size of the organization they lead. They need someone on the outside to keep watch vigilantly.
If I had a Mora for every time I've heard you repeat that argument. I actually don't disagree with the first part of what you said. But don't you think someone can keep tabs on things from the inside?
When you join an organization, you're bound by its rules, no matter how free it may seem on the surface.
Touché.
You think so? Never mind the Knights. Have you honestly ever been bound by the rules of the Church?
Good question. Have you considered that maybe that's why I chose to join the Church and not the Knights to begin with?
Se están tirando
Are they
piedras aquí.
arguing or not? It's kind of hard to tell.
Solo tienen formas diferentes de proteger.
Oh, kind of like the contingencies Jean was talking about. The more ways they have to protect their home, the better. Huh? Traveler?
Esta escena será exactamente lo que Varka esperaba ver. Todos odiándose.
What should I report back to the Grand Master on? Let me think. Public order inside the city? Monster activity in the wild?
No.
Oh, and a review of the latest vintages. I think I'll leave it at that.
Eso es amistad, literal.
My reply won't be a long one, as usual. I'm sure Varka won't be surprised.
¿Y dónde está Rosaria?
If you hadn't had to deliver that guy's mail, you wouldn't have been subjected to all this tedious arguing. When I write back, I'll tell him to quit making trouble for other people.
It's no trouble. Lowen did most of the work. We just volunteered to do the last leg of the journey. Mostly so we could come say hello.
Los tres tampoco fue una discusión.
So you see what's really going on here? All three of us fell for that old rascal's scheme far too readily.
Huh? Scheme? What do you mean? Was Varka lying in his letters then?
No. While I'm sure Varka knows full well that Diluc would never agree to rejoin the Knights, I believe the sentiments he expressed were genuine, as was his offer to welcome Diluc back. There are people like Kaya and I, and then there are those who are true champions of justice to the core. Those people are the most susceptible to being driven to extremes by great upheaval. It's happened in Mondstadt before. Not only that, but it happened to a Knight of Boreas. That'll really hit home for Varka. And that's why his nagging is even more persistent than usual.
El paladín de la justicia que se volvió extremista.
Yeah. So no one's told you this before? The lineage of the Knights of Boreas had nearly been extinguished twice in history. The first was at its inception. The second was the case I was alluding to.
Oh! Wasn't Jean telling us about this? Wait. And then we got caught up talking about the expedition, and we never got around to the second time.
I happened to hear about it from Varka once when he was drinking and started yammering on. The second crisis in the Knights of Boreas lineage. It was 500 years ago.
Entonces no.
Although the Knights of Boreas are meant to be intermediaries between humans and wolves, in practice, very few of them have been truly recognized by Lupus Boreas over the past millennium. Of those who have, the best known are the first Knight of Boreas, Ravenwood, the wolf pup Rostam, and Varka himself. But 500 years ago, there was one who earned the respect of Boreas even before gaining the title. He was a disciple of Rostam. They thought he would become the mightiest Knight of Boreas who ever lived. He was the perfect knight. Righteous, principled. His name was Roland, the blood-stained knight.
Yikes! Bloodstained Knight? That sounds a little ominous.
¿Por qué? Espérame. Dame un segundo. No, no es esto. Sé que no es. Es que me acuerdo que sí, puede ser el actor de voz porque la escuché distinta. Pero bueno, vamos a ver qué decir porque es que no me acuerdo.
Well, apparently his original title was the White Knight. But he lost countless comrades during the Abyssal Calamity 500 years ago, including his tutor and mentor, Rostam. The endless bloodshed stained his sword and armor a crimson as deep as black, transforming the White Knight into the Blood-Stained Knight. After that, he threw himself completely into battling monsters, leaving Mondstadt and the Knights of Favonius behind. To this day, no one knows his final whereabouts. It's hard to say whether the loss of an important figure in his life is what drove him to the point of obsession, or whether he was already too far gone to save. But had he known that the Knights of Favonius would always welcome him back, perhaps things would have turned out differently. So if you want my opinion, The reason why Varka keeps asking Diluc to rejoin, despite knowing that he'll never say yes, is to let him know you're not alone. After all these years, he's still as persistent as ever. Just like how he used to be with me.
Huh. Turns out Varka's a lot more thoughtful than he lets on. Paimon had the wrong idea about him. Anyway, there's still something about this whole Boreas business that Paimon isn't really getting. Wasn't Andreas a god in Mondstadt thousands of years in the past? If so, why did Jean say that Boreas and the Wandering Knight only arrived here just 1,000 years ago? Plus, Paimon's super curious about what happened to Roland.
¿Por qué no vamos a preguntarle directamente al lobo de
That's a
cuestión?
great idea! Jean said he hasn't been showing himself much lately, but he always seems happy to oblige whenever you show up. Let's go!
What should I report back to the Great? Public order inside the city? Monster activity in the wild?
Amor, consigan los caballos. Deme ya los caballos a que ella. Capitán de caballería, ni un fucking caballo hay en monstad. Mira que vamos a encontrar a Razer aquí. No sé en qué momento se mutió mi compu, pero bueno.
What's going on here? Was Bulbumdum always like this?
Nope.
Paimon has a bad feeling about this. The Wild Hunt? What are they doing here? Watch out!
¿Qué está haciendo la Wild Hunt aquí? Por lo mismo que fue a atacar a Varka.
This is order.
¿Por qué empezó música de Nasray cuando peleas?
Lament! Worthless! Here! Worthless! Here! Worthless! Here! Worthless! Here! Useless!
Going in! Let engraved names echo! Let's light it up!
Order guide you.
Bring it! Hear the echoes of the valley!
Disappear! Worthless! Here!
Voy a tener que cambiar el arma ya. Ah, no.
Worthless!
Teamwork is dreamwork!
Useless!
Gather! This is order.
Let engraved names echo! Let's light it up!
Rise! Solidify!
Let's light it up!
Quake!
Useless! Evil conquering! Here! Worthless!
A ver, no puse la de para que
Here! Worthless! Here!
Bring it! Hear the echoes of the valley! Going in!
Useless!
Gather!
Facilito.
Oh, are you alright?
No bajes la guardia.
Oh no! What now? It better not be more wild hunt monsters!
¿Lo ven?
You scared Paimon stiff! She thought you were...
Stop right there! Answer me this. The 2 letters I gave you, who are they for?
2 letters? Wasn't it 3?
Touché. Eran 3 cartas. Caella, Dilo y Rosario.
Okay. Well, Paimon's coolest naive expression doesn't appear to be an act.
Hey! What are you trying to say? Wait, what are you trying to say, huh? Huh?
Ese es para que has pasado la prueba.
My mom passed a test? Really? Huh! She didn't even realize she was taking one!
You may dispense with your suspicions.
What?
The wolf pack has borne witness. They fought against the aberrations that encroached upon this land. And our attackers showed no ability to disguise themselves this time.
Huh.
A familiar scent. Come. I will await you at the usual grounds.
Well, if the boss of Wolvendom has vouched for you, I guess I should apologize for doubting you just now.
Nunca está más mantenerla.
Sure was. Fortunately, my experience in Nodcry didn't go to waste. Turns out the Wild Hunt all feel the same when you stab them. They didn't stand a chance. Something seems wrong with that old wolf, though. Go on. You should check on.
Vámonos.
Bring it.
A ver cómo está el viejo lobo. Razor.
Lupus Boreas, not injured. Why so weak? Am I not strong enough?
You are not to blame. With your Iron Claw, you successfully blocked their attacks. However, their assault went beyond the mere physical world. They followed my trail from the distant north across the ley lines. They sought to corrupt the territory I protect. But I shall not let them succeed without a fight.
Vinieron de Notcry.
We meet again, human Lupical.
Así como pasamos la prueba, no, ahora no dice así, se me había olvidado.
So, are you saying that the wild hunt we just got attacked by came all the way from Nodcry to Mondstadt? How is that even possible?
As you know, I stand before you as an incomplete being. I am but one remnant of the god Andreas' soul.
Huh.
The source of this turmoil. I can sense it. It lies in the north. It is the part of me that remains in Nodcry, from whence I came.
Huh?
Now Paimon's even more confused. How can he be in two places at once?
Esto lo... ¿En qué todos los dioses son así? A todos los dioses les gusta dividirse en partes. Todo bien. Todo bien en Notcry. Es que son las tierras natales. Deme un segundo. Deme un segundito. Ya vine, gente, perdón. Fue a traer una naranjita. Fue a traer un snack. Momento snack, ya que estamos en mucho texto. Que todos los dioses son así. A todos los dioses les gusta dividirse.
For many gods, housing a part of their soul within an object is no difficult feat. But those who can perform such delicate partitions as this are rare, even among the gods.
Y la parte vino tocando el brazo para presumir.
The Wolf King, Andreas, was particularly adept in this art. Otherwise, no remnants of his soul would have survived till the present day.
Huh? The bard's back?
El bardo.
Bard? What are you doing here?
Su trabajo.
Maybe the god of Animo guided me here.
Sí, claro.
For it appears that someone is in need of a tale from the distant past. And our wolf friend doesn't seem too keen on recounting it himself. Who better than a bard to do the honors? Lord Boreas, do I have your blessing to share this story?
No tengo otra opción.
As you wish.
¿Cómo sabe que
Lupus Boreas wandered the frozen tundra and stumbled into the Sealy Hall. Enchanted by their song, tender as the dawn starlight, and curious about the ways of humankind, the wolf bade farewell to his home and set off for the city to the south. As the high tower crumbled and the fierce winds fell silent, Lupus Boreas, who once had hunted with the storm winds himself, looked within and inquired, was the shelter he provided for humanity really any different from that given by the reclusive king in his tower? The wolf entrusted those under his protection to a new god and quietly returned to the frozen north. There, in a palace long since abandoned by its former master, the great wolf closed his eyes and slept. 500 bitter winters passed, then 500 equally frigid springs. He slumbered undisturbed until a night stumbled in from the cold, just as Lupus Boreas had once done at the Sealy Hall, and awoke him at long last. The night asked the wolf to join him on a journey south, to see once more the land that had all but faded from his memory. The gentle wolf, unwilling to refuse the human's earnest plea, split his soul into two halves and left his home once more. Seeing how the ice and snow had given way to verdant plains, hearing the laughter and song that now filled the once somber city, the aging Lupus Boreas turned to his friend, the god of Animo, and remarked, "So, this is the world the humans dreamed of." Though the night's journey was not yet over, the wolf chose to bid farewell to his companion here. He had written the end to his story. What knowledge he had been gifted flowed into the land. Everything he was, he gave unto the world. Oh, that's how a bard would tell the tale. Lord Boreas, is there anything you'd like to add?
There is no need for you to ask that question.
So that's what happened. You returned to Mondstadt with that knight 1,000 years ago, and then, for the sake of the new Mondstadt, you...
You need not feel remorse on my account. That was my answer, my decision. If anyone should feel regret, it is the part of me who remained and not cry. I fear Andreas has not found peace in his heart even to this day. That is surely why those vile aberrations were able to exploit his weakness, sowing the seeds of all the turbulence that has ensued.
But we followed Boreas' trail in Nodcry. We investigated and discovered no signs of instability.
Pero, espérate. Entonces, no termino de entender. Estoy intentando entender. O Sí, vas empezando la misión. Sí, la verdad que sí. O sea, ¿cómo se llama? Andrews, porque ese era el nombre original, viajó a Monstad, el primer Monstad. Le gustó por los bardos, pocas palabras, ¿se entiende? La cosa es que se quedó un tiempo. Luego decidió irse. Exactamente por qué, no entendí el por qué. Decidió irse. Y durmió por una gran cantidad, 500 inviernos, así que 500 años. Hasta que apareció un caballero que se lo llevó de regreso a Monstad. Pero él dejó una mitad en Notcry. No entiendo por qué dejó la mitad en Notcry, es lo que no logro entender. Y que por qué eso tiene que dar pena. O sea, él se debilitó para estar en Monstad por bienestar de Monstad, es lo que logro entender.
Andreas should still be slumbering by the lakeside. Perhaps all the recent turmoil in Notcry has had unforeseen consequences. And there's more. I detect another familiar scent from across the ley lines.
What?
A scent that reeks of blood.
Podría ser Roland, el caballero sangriento.
Oh, the White Knight who became the Bloodstained Knight? The mightiest knight of Boreas? But wasn't he from 500 years ago? You think he's immortal or something?
I remember him as just a man. His lifespan should be no longer than any other of his kind. But before he severed his connection to Boreas, his final destination, it was the ancient kingdom of Conria, as you call it. Beyond that, I know not if he lived or died.
Este llegó justo cuando fue el cataclismo de Canria.
If you want to get to the bottom of this, I'm afraid you'll have to make another trip to Nodcry yourselves. As luck would have it, another old friend of ours just so happens to be free right now. If you ask him nicely, he might give you a lift. That could save you a lot of time on the road.
No wonder I can suddenly sense the east wind's presence.
If even Mondstadt has been affected by the fallout, Nodcry must be in real trouble by now. I hope Varka can handle it.
Varka? Is he in danger?
I believe too many passengers would slow our dear friend down. I fear he only has room to carry one person, along with perhaps a diminutive companion.
Me estás diciendo que un fucking dragón gigantesco de casi 6 alas solo puede llevar una persona. Porque si mejor dices que no, que solo a mí me quieren llevar.
Alright, wish it could be me, but I accept that we should send our strongest warrior to fight Nodcry's battles. I'll stay here and deal with any wild hunt that try harassing Mondstadt. It'll be a good chance to try out some new moves.
I stay in Mondstadt too. With Traveler's help, Varka will be safe.
Razor, give me your iron claw.
Aunque esa es la espada de...
Golden-haired traveler, give this token to the current knight of Boreas. It is a wolf spirit. It contains my power and thoughts. Though I have given him a piece before, this should bring him new strength.
The Dominator of Wolves once bestowed the power of his soul upon his pack, strengthening their hearts and sharpening their claws and fangs.
But human hearts and flesh cannot bear the soul of a wolf directly. It would be akin to forcefully merging a human and a wolf into one being. They would descend into chaos.
Pocas palabras, un hombre lobo.
To prevent the entanglement of souls, the most I can do is temporarily house my power and thoughts within claws and fangs wrought of steel. Although, truth be told, that knight does not lack for power. What he needs more is the thoughts within. But I shall leave this for him to explain.
Varka explicando algo. Milagro. Para estar con su mejor amigo, quizá. O sea, sí entiendo que, pero pudo haber sido por completo sin necesidad de dividirse en dos. Es seguro separar una parte de tu espíritu del lobo. Momento
The
como este.
great wolf king of the north remains strong for now. Besides, do I not have the protection of my Lupacol?
I will protect Lupacol. The North and Varka, I leave to you.
Just give me the word whenever you're ready.
Vámonos a la miércoles.
I can read Varka's letter. I will try my best to write a reply.
Poder entender, esforzarme por.
A wolf's claws make poor instruments for writing human words. But that token will suffice to convey my thoughts.
Ah, bueno. Me encanta el diseño de él. Quisiera que los jefes volvieran a tener un diseño como él tiene.
I sure didn't expect my experience fighting the wild-hunted Nodcry to come in handy back here in Mondstadt. Almost makes me wonder if this was the reason I was sent back. Also, how come that bard knows so much, and what was he doing at the Thousand Winds Temple? Well, whatever. I don't really care. As long as I get to do some fighting. I'm looking forward to trading blows with Lupus Boreas when he's fully recovered. I bet he'll wipe the floor with me.
Any questions before you set off? Better ask now. You'll probably have to hit the ground running when you get to Nodcry.
Entonces, pues a mí fíjate, creo que es con él solo me tardé como 2-3 veces. Hablemos sobre el lobo del norte.
The root of this turmoil lies with the remnant soul that Andreas, dominator of wolves and god of the north wind, left in Nodcry. He once left Nodcry and braved the blizzards to confront the god of storms and claim the right to rule. Yet even as the tower fell, he chose to abandon his claim. Instead, he returned to the north and slumbered for 1,000 years before finally journeying back, under the name of Boreas, with the first knight of Boreas to witness the new face of Mondstadt. When the wolf spirit could no longer maintain his physical form, Boreas chose to pour his power into the ley lines. With that, he became the North Wind of Mondstadt, as he is still known to this day. Any questions before you set off? Better ask now. You'll probably have to hit the ground running when you get to Nodcry. 500 years ago, Roland seemed destined to become the mightiest knight of Boreas ever to have lived. But he was too pure of heart. He believed firmly in his own ideals of chivalry, vowing to eliminate all injustice from the world. But the world had never been perfect and pure, nor would it ever be. Neither his mentor, the wolf pup Rostam, nor the Grand Master, known as the Lion of Light, could persuade him to temper his obsession. But what was the scent that reeks of blood that Lupus Boreas sensed? And what is its connection to Conria and the Abyss? Perhaps you will uncover the truth in Nodcry.
Okay.
Any questions before you set off? Better ask now. You'll probably have to hit the soul of a wolf is as unyielding as ice, and Andreas is a master of molding and shaping it. His people once drew great strength and wisdom from the wolf spirit. But human hearts and flesh cannot contain the soul of a god. Attempting to place the wolf spirit in a human vessel would slowly devour their sense of self, even if Lupus Boreas did not intend for that to happen. That's why Lupus Boreas developed the technique of imbuing weapons with his soul. It is his way of blessing his human Lupical with the wolf spirit's protection. In fact, there is an ancient song that tells this tale. A weapon once of common iron, now through friendship turned divine. Twixt man and wolf a bond was made, a power born within the blade. As much as he might claim not to accept humans, his actions sing a different tune. Oh, but keep that little observation between us, will you? Any questions before you set off? Better ask now. You'll probably have to hit the ground running when you get to Nodcry.
Literal. No hay preguntas.
All right. Over to you, Dvalin.
Sí, pero no cabe. No cabe más de una gente, sino que solo yo. El resto de las regiones solo viendo a Dvalin volar. ¡Ey, ese dragón no es el de monstad!
The Knight of Boreas awaits below. We must part ways here. Barbatos and I have other plans. We will meet you again later.
Alright. Hey, wait. How are we getting down?
Jugando con Fortnite. Se baja como que si fuera como que si fuera Fortnite. Ah, aquí es donde tú me dijiste que es para abrir una nueva área. Huh.
Hold the line! The enemy's on the brink of collapse!
Grandmaster! It's
Superman.
Haha! Reinforcements! It's about time!
A madrearnos a la gente, fue madre. Caballeros, caballero no me presente, maestro. Dejémonos de formalidades.
We're just about hanging in there. Most of their grunts are taken care of now. Their leader's gonna have to make a decision soon. Fight or flight? What will it be, mightiest Knight of Boreas?
As expected, this hastily summoned Wild Hunt horde is nothing but a disorganized rabble. A mere shadow of the forces gathered by the Regir of Solnari. But they have served their purpose. I now understand your tactics, and you, in turn, understand mine. This is fair. This is the way of chivalry. Farewell, heir to the knighthood of Boreas. Whether you choose to resist me or not, I shall set right the injustices of this world. In the name of the blood-stained knight.
Guess they're retreating for now.
So that Wolf of the North lookalike, that was Andreas? But why would he be leading the Wild Hunt? And why was he talking about the Bloodstained Knight? Ugh, forget that. We can save the details for later. He was the enemy boss, right? Are we just gonna let him get away?
Ah, there's no point chasing after him. We've crossed blades already, and it ended in a stalemate. Right now, there's nothing we could do about him.
Por suerte, aunque parece muy fuerte, seguro que no es más fuerte que los enemigos que hemos derrotado antes.
We're still not certain of his true identity, but whether he's a god corrupted by the Abyss or a legendary knight, killing him might be just about possible, especially now that you're here. The difficult part is, we can't kill him right now.
Huh? What do you mean? Is he immortal or something?
No. Judging from our skirmishes so far, I don't think he's got any special abilities of that caliber. Nor does he have the ridiculous level of power wielded by the Five Sinners. But, compared to Rerir, our current foe clearly has a better understanding of how to exploit Nodcry to his advantage, particularly when it comes to Andreas' remnant soul.
No se preocupa. Y no será los restos divinos.
Exactly. Sounds like you realize what the crux of the issue is.
I managed to cut off a sample from our foe, which Albedo and Duran are analyzing as we speak. Meanwhile, our other allies should be making their way home from their own battles by now. Let's discuss this further when they're back. We still have some big challenges ahead before this expedition can finally be declared a victory.
No jodas, mi niña.
The meeting is probably gonna be in the biggest tent, right? Looks like a bunch of people are there already. Why don't we go chat with them?
No joda. Arrowi. Arrowi. No joda, mi niña preciosa, ¿cómo estás?
Hey, good to see you again. Oh, Boss Neff asked me to pass on a message. She went to see Lauma and Columbina at the Frost Moon Zions. Apparently, there haven't been any changes to that space the Rahir of Solnari's in.
That means the recent wild hunt attacks have nothing to do with Riri, right? Oh, that's a relief.
No, sí, Riri.
Doesn't fancy missing him again.
They're keeping a close watch on it just in case. With so many moon experts on the case, we're in pretty safe hands, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, Lauma and Columbina asked me to pass on a message too. Focus on the enemy you are facing. The moon will protect you all. Huh, you know something? These Knights of Favonius are paying me a pretty nice sum to deliver a few simple messages. Oh, Varka's a generous guy.
No joda, como te quiero. Ay, espérate, no agarré la... Espérate. No agarré el TP. Inefa, mi niña preciosa.
Short distance propulsion module on cooldown. 15 minutes until next departure. Switching to chat mode. Hello there, Paimon, traveler.
Inefa, ¿qué estás?
Varka placed a sizable order with the Clink Clink Krumkake craft shop. Aino is hard at work producing the strategic reserve, while I am handling the deliveries. Secondly, I am also here to attend the meeting in her place.
Ay, tan linda que sos, mi niña, te quiero.
Huh? Flins! Paimon thought the Lightkeeper's rep would be Iqua or Nikita.
No es propio de ti ofrecerse voluntariamente para asistir en una
You're
reunión.
quite right. However, Itlua and Nikita are both busy organizing the Ratniki's region-wide response to the recent attacks. And since I'm well acquainted with everyone else here, I was the one they recommended to attend the meeting.
Nice. Así que ni siquiera quieres estar aquí.
Sometimes you don't get a choice when there might be consequences down the line.
Vamos a hablar con Tito Varka. Inefa, te odio, pero te amo. Te diré más de 80 deseos por ti. A mi
Hey,
Inefa no
Honorary
le
Knight.
dices que lo
Looks
odias.
like pretty much everyone's here. Albedo and Duran are just wrapping up their analysis. You want to wait for them here?
Espera una reunión, ir conversando.
Great. While we're waiting, could you update me on the situation in Mondstadt?
Venga, va. Todo el chisme, después de contarle todo lo que pasamos, también explica lo que presencia conexión del dios del viento del norte.
And
y el
that's where
caballero.
things stand. The Wild Hunt is no longer under the Rahir of Solnari's control, but it has been reborn from the ashes and is now launching widespread attacks. Intel from the Frost Moon Scions and the Curatorium of Secrets corroborates this. No disturbances have been detected in the space where Rere resides. What we are facing here is a completely new foe.
Summarizing current situation. To confirm, the present leader of the Wild Hunt is the creature resembling a wolf. Andrius, god of the North Wind.
More precisely, it's the external will that has seized control of Andrius' spirit, namely Roland, the Bloodstained Knight.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold on. I'm completely lost. Isn't Roland some monstadder from like 500 years ago? How'd he suddenly get wrapped up with a god from 1,000 years in the past and the present-day Wild Hunt?
Allow us to explain that part. Are you familiar with compensation mechanisms? When an organism sustains damage, relevant tissues will undergo changes to offset the loss of function. For example, when one kidney is damaged, the other will be strengthened to compensate. Or, when a main artery is blocked, the collateral vessels become more active. Similarly, when the Wild Hunt lost their leader, the Abyss harnessed the memories that flow throughout the ley lines to fashion a new one, fit for the present circumstances. That new leader is a mirror image of Roland, the Bloodstained Knight.
Así que eso no era el verdadero Roland. Entonces era una imitación de la misma.
Right. No matter how strong the compensation is, it will never quite match the functionality of the original organ. The Roland replica can't possibly imitate Rere's overwhelming power, nor his ability to disguise himself as others. So, the Abyss made use of the connection between Roland and Boreas to compensate for this lack of power.
The replica corrupted and took control of Andrius as he slumbered by the bank of Amsvartnir, ultimately manifesting as the giant beast that you all witnessed. However, exactly why the Abyss chose Roland to mimic, and indeed how it was able to do so, remains unclear.
I guess he must have gotten caught up with the Abyss or Nodcry somehow during his wanderings through Tevat. But we can keep those questions on the back burner.
Okay, Paimon gets all that, but what did you mean when you said we can't kill him right now?
We can't kill him right now because a dead god may prove more dangerous than a living one. From intelligence gathered during the expedition, we have reason to believe that the power released when a god is felled can have catastrophic consequences for us mortals.
No pensé que iban a traer esta información. Jamás pensé que iban a traer esta información de la diosa de la sal. Bueno, está el lugar de Storm Terror. La caída de Storm Terror. Pero realmente eso no fue. Nunca pensé cuando los humanos se convirtieron en sal Terror.
Worse still, the wrath that remains after a god's passing becomes a source of endless turmoil. Once god remains contaminate the land, they will persist for thousands of years.
Como los tatarigami. Ajá, los tatarigami de Yashori. Ajá. Lo del pájaro. O la deuda climática con los yakshas durante milenios. Están por fin trayendo cosas del pasado. ¡Ah! Por fin estudiaron de la diosa de qué, de la sal. Es la diosa de la sal, es la misión, creo que es la primera misión que haces con Zhongli, la de personaje, que te vas a meter a un empecé a escribir como unas cosas y muestran que había una diosa de la sal. La cosa que era una diosa gentil pero muy débil. Y su pueblo, pensando que era necesario para que no pasara nada, o bueno, se volvieron locos, en pocas palabras, la asesinaron. Pero siempre, te enseñan, el asesinar a un dios siempre trae consecuencias. Y creo que cuando hacen la misión, creo que aún se puede ir al lugar donde fue. No dice nada, Cuando vas ahí, ves que hay bastantes estatuas de sal. Hasta ves literal a la persona que asesinó a la diosa convertida en sal. Así que ya es como por fin están poniendo, o sea, si se muere un dios, siempre va a haber consecuencias de una manera u otra. Y también explica por qué el mar es salado, por una cosa que hizo Zhongli, pero esa parte. ¿Cómo las tartarugas? Correcto, el ejections.
This land has already been ravaged by the wild hunt. If we add god remains to the mix, it'd be like adding salt to an open wound, placing everyone who lives here in perilous danger.
Query. While I can indeed find records of disasters caused by god remains in my database, there also appear to be cases of gods dying naturally with no ill effects. In that land, the passing of the Pyro-Archon's flame is a common occurrence throughout history, and even the part of Andreas who remains in Mondstadt has experienced death once before, has he not?
Great question. Glad you asked. Honorary Knight, you said Lupus Boreas gave you a token to pass on to me? Please, present it now. It should help explain things faster.
Como no le pesa, pero bueno.
Come forth, Boreas.
This form has come to the end of its time. I'm afraid I can accompany you no further on your journey. My soul will fall into silence, and my power will flow into the ley lines of this land. Perhaps this is all that a wolf can hope to do for humankind. Do not grieve for me, for this is the end I have chosen.
Ah, ahora entiendo.
Instead, remember that one day, your wandering too must come to an end. Where and when shall that be? A final wish before I slumber. Sing me a song. That melody you so often hummed in the taverns.
Ah, la canción de Monstad.
You saw it too. You must have keen powers of perception. Not that it surprises me. That was Boreas' final thoughts before merging with the ley lines. It's the reason Mondstadt remains unharmed by his god remains. In his final moments, he made a choice to give everything he was to the ley lines. All to protect Mondstadt from harm.
Sounds like Andrea spent thousands of years searching for his place in the world, too.
Yes. And now our task is to return the answer he found, the decision he made, to Andreas' heart. Only then can he break free from the corruption and control of the Abyss, and make that decision once more.
Arrastra el momento, ilumina. Para funcionar con la línea de la ley.
I see. I would say that planting thoughts inside the mind of a god sounds a little far-fetched, but since it was his own wish to begin with, it sounds feasible to me.
Wait, we already have a perfect solution? Then why are we even having this meeting? Let's go do this thing!
Ha ha ha. If only it were that simple. Unfortunately, this one thought alone is unlikely to be powerful enough to break through the Abyss's control and reach Andreas' heart. We need to find a way to make the thought within the sword stronger and more resilient.
For now, Boreas needs all his remaining strength to fight against the abyssal corruption to Mondstadt's ley lines. He can't afford to send us any more of his power. However, since his form was unstable during his journey with the first night of Boreas, many wolf spirit fragments were left behind along the way. If we can collect those fragments, we can use them to strengthen the decision to merge with the ley lines.
So we need to retrace his steps and look for random fragments? But they could be anywhere between Nodcry and Mondstadt. It'll be like looking for a needle in a haystack.
You don't need to worry about that. There's a few fragments left to gather in Nodcry,
But apart from that, most of them are already inside this sword. I've been collecting them during the whole expedition.
Ooh, nice.
Huh?
No, agarramos todo eso.
Really?
I mean, it's an expedition, not a stroll in the park. Each step of the way, we've been hard at work planning for every possible contingency. Not just the wild hunt in the abyss, but ancient gods remaining in Nodcry.
Sounds like this plan was a long time in the making. It's almost as if you foresaw the future.
As a matter of fact, I did. I caught a glimpse of fate's reflection. But I can't take credit for it. It was all thanks to the help of a few friends. Still, all I foresaw was that an abyssal calamity was brewing in the north. Had I known more, we could have saved a lot of energy. Instead, we've had to make best guesses, prepare for every possible scenario. If all that preparation went to waste, all the better for it. But anything that proved useful, we knew we'd be grateful for down the line.
Yay, efectivamente, ahora está resultando útil.
Sure is. Just one crucial step remains. We need to gather the last few wolf spirit fragments scattered around Nodcry, and use them to make the thought within this sword as strong as it can possibly be. According to what Boreas told me before we left Mondstadt, his form was at its most unstable at the beginning of his journey. That means the fragments here should be the most powerful ones. But of course, we've been tied up fighting battles since the day we set foot in Nodcry. First with the Wild Hunt, then with the Doctor. So, it wasn't until recently that we were finally able to confirm the status of the Wolf Spirit fragments. We now know there are 3 left to find.
Okay, so 3 more mini expeditions to go.
I managed to gather 1 fragment before Roland reappeared. I also have a confirmed location for the second, which I'll take care of in short order. As for the 3rd fragment, we've identified a general search area to focus on, but we'll need all hands on deck to pinpoint the exact location.
Ya has avanzado un montón.
The final snag is that since our foe is a replica of Roland, he too will be aware of Andrias' history. He's sure to try and sabotage our plans by any means at his disposal. So everyone needs to bring their A game.
With our foe being from Mondstadt, it's our duty as Mondstadters to defeat him.
And since the Wild Hunt is involved, the Lightkeepers will provide their full support.
The Clink Clink Krumkake craft shop will also help in any way we can.
So, what do they need me here for? Wait.
Ya,
Maybe I signed a contract at some point. Didn't exactly scrutinize it, though. I mean, who actually reads those things anyway, right?
Ah, great. Knew I could count on you all. Lastly, our friend from the Curatorium of Secrets will provide intel and relay battlefield communications. Looking at you, Yehoda.
So, you'll be darting back and forth across the battlefield, dodging the Wild Hunt and the shadow of an ancient god. I'm impressed by your courage, Miss Yehoda.
Rating for Yehoda updated. Higher quality ingredients will be used to prepare your future meals.
Darn it! I should have known this payday wouldn't come that easy.
Obviamente.
I'll deal with the second Wolf Spirit fragment, which we already know the location of. The moment you make any progress with Fragment 3, be sure to give me an update. Traveler, could you join me in retrieving Fragment 2? I have a feeling that your unique constitution might come in handy.
Justo iba a preguntarte qué tanto que hace yo seguiré tus indicaciones,
All right,
maestro.
time is of the essence. Let's move out, people. Dismissed!
Yeah, ya me voy a ir a dormir.
Speaking of contingency plans, I now recall that Varka also made a contingency plan when he asked me to deliver that letter. Perhaps I should ask Aino to prepare some additional backup modules for me.
Hora, you dummy! You Took the stupid job of your own free will. Oh, crying isn't gonna get you out of it.
Pobrecita mi, no joda. La máquina de
Remnant
chambeo.
fragments of an ancient god. Thoughts stored inside a blade. Maybe I'm overthinking this, but I suspect there is more to Mr. Varka's plan than what he's revealed to us so far. Then again, the enemy can harness the Wild Hunt to spy on us wherever we go. As our commander, I'm sure he has his reasons for choosing not to tell us everything.
Bueno, gente, aquí acabamos por hoy. Sí, pobre, no joda, le toca chambear. Tan linda que no joda. Bueno, gente, hermosa. Aquí lo vamos acabando porque tengo que dormir. Porque ya es tarde. Pongo esto aquí, me voy aquí. Ahí está. Pongo esto. Nos vemos mañana con otro stream. Después del gimnasio voy a hacer stream, así que nos vemos después. Antes de poner la musiquita, quiero ver que no me vaya a tener anuncio. Ahí está, me imaginé. ¿Qué es esta copia de Palwers? ¿Qué es esta miércoles? Gente, mi cabeza está saliendo un anuncio antes de que ponga la música. Y así le va a recibir. Me huele a demanda de Nintendo. ¿Qué puta es esto? Son Pokémones de Temu, pocas palabras. Y de Palwers. Este es uno de Palwers. Pokémon haciéndote tu segura del té. Y la verdad que sí. No, pero este tiene por lo menos cosas relativamente ok. Pero hay uno que sí es la copia full. Esa es la copia de completamente de Palwers y Poké. Bueno, gente, gracias por vernos y nos vemos